Hi everybody, I'm Philip Duncan. Thank you for joining us as we track a complicated system across New Zealand. We've got Cook to the north coming down and a Tasman Sea low as well. So this is the setup. This animated map shows you where the low air pressure and high pressure is. So these clearly are the three lows, big high just behind me there, and another one down near Tasmania. This one up here is not really going to affect New Zealand. It does help push in more humidity, but really the main area of interest is between these two systems. And as Weather Watch has been saying all week, we were concerned that these two systems would start to merge, and that's where the heaviest rain would be. Independently, these two lows on their own probably wouldn't cause too much of a headache, but joining forces, I think we are starting to see a bit of a problem here, and that's in this area here. So this is the latest modelling, all the different computer models coming together and seeing which is what's the average. So the average, very clearly, they're all lining up around this area here, pretty much Coromandel Peninsula, Western Bay of Plenty area, and then it curves around in an unusual track for a low in New Zealand. It slides down over Wellington, Christchurch, Dunedin, and then down towards Stewart Island. So this is going to affect most of the country. Now, while it does bring severe weather, not everyone will get severe weather. Some of you might just get a burst of wind and rain and then it's all over, but others might see worse. They might see slips and flooding and some wind damage as the system comes on through. So this is Wednesday night, later today. We're going to see this deep low joining forces further with the low in the Tasman to create this very heavy line of rain, mostly feeding into the Bay of Plenty area, but also affecting Coromandel Peninsula and to some degree Auckland. Although, as I said yesterday, Auckland's a little bit on the borderline, certainly for Wednesday anyway, for that heavy rain, and other patchy light stuff moves further down the country. Fast forward 24 hours, now we're Thursday evening. Now the timing of this low has chopped and changed from Thursday evening to Thursday afternoon to Friday morning. So we're not 100% sure about the exact time, but at this stage we do think Thursday afternoon or evening the low will be at its closest and making landfall somewhere around Bay of Plenty or Coromandel Peninsula. Deep air pressure into the 980s, maybe even 970s, and then it drops on through with very heavy rain. The worst of the winds, luckily, are going to be mostly out at sea, but as they curve around and come in, they will be gale force around the centre here as it perfectly goes around that circular centre, and then it starts to slide over places like Taupō and Wellington, which is a little unusual for a tropical system, but it does sometimes happen. Now we go to Good Friday, and the low has moved pretty quickly from Thursday night where it was up here to Friday morning where it's down here in Canterbury and moving in towards Otago with strong gale force winds and heavy rain. So all the main centres, Auckland, Hamilton, Tauranga, Whangarei, Wellington, Christchurch, Dunedin, you're all impacted by Cook as it slides down. And notice the Tasman Sea system is all sort of merging into this. We've been talking about this for about a week now. That was always our sort of concern, was that the Tasman system would start to pull in this tropical system, and you'd end up with a fair bit of wind and rain around the country. Now we'll give you Saturday morning, because Easter, we've still got Easter to talk about, but we'll have to talk about that tomorrow. But this is looking for Saturday, a lot of westerlies, which will make the sun come out in many eastern areas, eastern parts of Coromandel included in that, but showers and downpours affecting many places in the west, and right down on the bottom of the screen, that's the remnants of Cook. Now finally, this is the map coming out of the American government, the GFS map, and it shows the next 7 days rainfall, and the area in red, that's basically where Cook is going. And these rainfall totals in the darkest areas up here are over 200 to 250 millimetres. So we're talking about a month or two's worth of rain coming down. Now, not everyone will get that, as you can see, and obviously our mountains and ranges will also play a part. So we've got a very busy couple of days coming ahead. Don't forget Met Service for all the very latest tax-funded warnings and the tax-funded rain radar, which will be particularly helpful over the next couple of days. And we'll be updating you with our next video on Thursday morning.